Hey everybody. Sorry I got just a few minutes early, but I just couldn't wait no longer. Let's see who we got here. Hey, how you doing? Hey there, Jamie. Yeah, I didn't put anything in the chat. I mean, in my community tab today. I was going to, and I never did get around doing it. Hey there, Mr. Rogers. Hey there, Happy Homestead. Mr. Rogers, she said. She told her, hey. Hey to Jamie. Hey, Jamie. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't warn you, Jamie. I feel bad. But I do have a few things to go over right quick for next, let's see, next week, next Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Vicky's going to be on as my guest for that night. And then the 19th, Nightwatch Paranormal, so Stephen will be on. Hey, Vicky, how you doing? Hey, Jamie. So that's what I got from there. And in April, I only got one date booked so far, and that is Brian John Laverty from Canada. So he said he will be my guest. I'm trying to book some on up to a few months ahead so I can remember who I have as my guest. So that's where that goes. Lose my place. Neil, he should be on here in a little bit. I think he's running just a little bit late. I sent him a message. Mr. Rogers. Michelle. So I've got a few things to channel shout outs. First off is Devil Dog and Belt Loops. I do both of them together because most of the time you don't see one without the other. They like Bonnie and Clyde. But they got good channels. I try to catch most of them, but they come on so late, and I'm in bed trying to get to work. But I do try to wake up a little bit and try to catch some of their show. Let's see, Our Treasured Home. That's also another good channel to watch and follow and like and subscribe and whatever you want to do. But we will prefer you like and subscribe to it. Then Off the Hook Outdoors, Ted, he's a good guy. He does a lot of family videos with his kids and nephews and nieces and stuff. And Bootsy on the Beat, she got a good show also. I watch hers today, and I try to watch hers every Monday as possible, but it's kind of hard for me to remember hers. But I make effort to go see it. Oh yeah, she is really cool. And let's see, and Blackie Thomas. I mean, he's from Alabama. He's also a good channel. He does a lot of camping and shooting black powder pistols and stuff like that. And he does have a lot of survival knowledge. He needs to be a leader of a Boy Scout troop, the whatever you call them people. Let's see. And then Myers Paranormal. They got a good channel. Also, they do some real good investigations and things, and it'd be nice to go follow them. And plus, they got a cool name, awesome name, wonderful name. And Native Wildman Sean, he's really good. I watched one of his videos today that he got bee stung in the eye or something other. He was doing the video and he had one eye halfway shut and then opened. Let's see here. And here is one of my favorite channels also, Faith, Family, and Sports. They do baseball cards and stuff and football cards, and they do a lot of family things around the house. They get them boxes from different countries and they taste test and eat whatever they can and all that stuff. So that's pretty interesting. Let's see here. Okay, Johnson, we gotta share out and hit the like. Everybody hit the like. I appreciate that, Vicky. And also, the last channel I got on my paper here is Just Doing Our Best. I mean, that's a good channel. I've been watching it here lately. So you can't go wrong with all them channels and them on the back. All right, let's see. I'm hoping Neil will be in here. I send him a message and maybe he'll be in here a little bit. But what we're going to be going over tonight is Shirley too. Is going over what you do when you first start into the paranormal. I mean, we're going to go over a few steps. What type of equipment that you can start out with. You don't have to have a high dollar camera. You don't have to have a high dollar recorder. Like I said, I just started out with a K2 that you had to stick a penny in to hold a button down so it'll stay on. I used that for pretty much a year. And then the little recorder, it was my cousin's oldest ones that they had. And they gave them to me for Christmas one year, and that's what I used. And we saved up, and we ended up getting a few other little things. We got my dad a K2 and got him a recorder, so we have two. So that's what we started out with. Hey there, Matt. How you doing, buddy? Nancy. Oh, hey. Hey, Paracrew. Yeah, I got to get you signed up on be a guest on my show too, Matt. That'd be awesome, buddy. I'm actually am taking I'm booking down some names and stuff for to be my guest on the show. I've got Brian John Laverty for April the 9th. Always available for you, brother. All right. I'll put you down every Sunday from between now and December. How about that? You know I'm just picking with you, buddy. Let's see, I missed one. Vicky says, eyes and ears was my first thing I used. Then got Vince to flashlight cassette recorder. I didn't even have a flashlight. She said, hi to Nancy. Hi, Matt. Yeah, and it took me about, I don't know, I think I had some radios, but I got these radios right here. I got, I don't know, 10, 15 of these things that actually we had radios before we had any other thing, because me and my dad was going to try to get started, but we didn't know what kind of equipment. And of course, you know, Shasta and her mama both gave me the K2 and the recorder for Christmas one year. That was the year that my mom passed away in 2016, and that's when I started. And no. Yeah, it was 2016. It was at Christmas. They came down to my dad's house, and they brought that to me. And so that's what I got started with. Didn't have a flashlight. We had to walk around with them minor lights with a little cup up here with a flame on it. That's what we used. Then I got a little more and more in doing it and everything. So we went and got us some few other odd and end things. We got a big tape recorder. And what else did we get? Then we got something else. Then we started getting cat toys, and then we finally ventured out and got us a set of DVR cameras. Hey there, Parasolo. How you doing, buddy? Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate all y'all coming in. Saying hi to chat. Jamie says hi to you. Let me see where he's got going at. He just saw it. He'll be up here in a second. I just got him. He just actually seen his message. Vicky says hi. Hi. Nancy says hi to Vicky. Says, hi, Jamie. I can see the chat moves faster on my phone than it does on the computer. It's like 2 seconds faster than it is my computer. So that's the reason I keep looking over there to see who's coming in. He's stalking me. Yeah, I seen her in the other channel a while ago. What was I watching? I was watching Danielle's, and I went to eat, and I came back and I watched Michelle's crochet corner or whatever it is. I watched hers for a little bit, and then I got mine started. I don't know what it is, but I like to watch people doing that crochet stuff and watching them make things. That's pretty interesting. I couldn't do that. My fingers get finger tied like crazy. My mother-in-law now, she can do that pretty good. She made me a blanket in yonder that I use. All right, everybody. We got our guest on now, so here he is. He make him feel welcome. His name is Neil, and I ain't gonna begin to say his last name because I couldn't begin to pronounce it. But here he is, y'all. Hey, buddy.
Hang on a minute. I can't hear you. Are you there?
Me? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Hold on. Holy monkey. How's it going? I can't hear you, but you could probably, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You want me to try and see if I can go out and come back?
Oh, you can?
I can't hear a thing.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to leave a minute.
All right. Yeah, he's very interesting. He got some interesting stories, y'all. He does. This is the guy that lived in a funeral home, so he is very interesting. He's got crazy stories. Hey, Baker, how you doing, buddy? I am doing good. I am home now, and I ain't got to think about work for the next 2 days. Everyone have a great week. A busy night tonight. Laugh out loud. God bless. Stay safe and love you. You be careful. Stay safe yourself, and we all love you too. Appreciate you for coming in. Thank you a lot. Bye, Nancy. Talk to you later. Hey, Dwayne. Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Oh, just kicking it over here in Ely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about, I don't know, 20, 30 miles away from the Canadian border right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's where I live.
Oh, okay. So everyone, glad to be watching tonight. Oh, yeah. I appreciate you coming in, Baker. So, what have you been up to, buddy?
Just working on my business lately, man. I haven't been able to go out and do a thing really, except I have done some small investigations, nothing to really speak of.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I could talk on it. There's a place called Cemetery Road up here, and I got some strange audio from that I'm still trying to decipher yet, but
Yeah.
just small things, nothing. I did, however, recently, there's a hospital here in town and I'm looking to get in there. It's an old abandoned hospital from like the 1800s.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yep. And we got an abandoned mine right here in town that I was sitting outside of, and I've gotten plenty of activity there too.
That's cool.
The meters go nuts, and the audio is unlimited. Like, I don't even really know how to describe it to you. Just they constantly chatter.
Yeah.
It's and some of it's intelligent, and some of it I don't know where it's coming from, but it's there.
Yeah. So, you well, you done answered one of my questions.
What's
So,
that?
I was going to ask you if you done any investigations, but you done answered that one.
Yeah, I've done a few of them, but I
Yeah.
feel like I kind of need to go back and do a little bit more digging because
Yeah.
it seemed like they had more to say, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like there was kind of more to the story. I was outside of an old abandoned mine out here in town, for instance, like I was saying, and I don't have access into the place. They don't allow anybody in there anymore.
Yeah.
They used to have tours in it and stuff, but now it's become too dangerous and they won't let anyone in.
Hmm.
And well, I'm gonna keep schmoozing and see if I can, you know, get
Yeah.
some special access to it.
Yeah.
See if I can get in there, because I mean, well, there was a tragedy there. There was a cave in,
Yeah.
more than once, and some people passed away. They were giving me their names and stuff like that. It was just crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's like the first audio that I got from them was "Can't Breathe,"
Yeah.
and then it just snowballed, and they were just telling me all kinds of stuff.
That's pretty neat. That's
Yeah.
like what I've been saying on a few other channels back, shows. I mean, that you were trying to get their story out. The
Hmm.
people that we're investigating, we're trying to, because a lot of their histories is done gone, and all one that knows is done gone. So we're trying to get their story out. That's the way
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're absolutely correct. I think they're the only ones that actually really know what happened, anyways. Really, when you think about it, they were there, you know.
Yeah.
And I was outside of the hospital, for example, and I was just asking if someone was there, and they said, "You don't want to come in here." That's all they said.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
it was
crazy.
crazy. I wasn't even inside yet.
That's
They
like
were already talking.
that's like when we went to Peggy's house one night. The K2, not K2, but the spirit box things told us that they didn't want us there, but when we finally got into the building, they didn't want us to leave.
That's the strange thing too. Is sometimes I think that maybe we misinterpret what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
Maybe they were just like trying to say, "Come in here, stay with us," or whatever,
Yeah.
and maybe it got jumbled somehow. Because
Yeah.
you know
That,
how it is when you got your spirit box going. Sometimes you think they're saying one thing, and then you enhance it when you go back into your editing tools, and you find out they were saying something completely different.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and I've had that happen many times. You know, I mean, just and also when you take photos and stuff too. A really good program to start off with is like it's called GIMP, GIMP. It's pretty much, and also audio. I think it's called Audio Slave or something like that, or I'm trying to remember the name of it. Anyways, um, there's those are two programs, like they will save your bacon every time because you can use them to clarify things when you otherwise wouldn't have probably, like that one picture you posted the other day of Gizmo and two, I think it was your dad and somebody on the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually, there's, if you look in between them, what I thought was going to be the silhouette of a tree was actually something completely different.
Yeah.
There was no tree there.
Yeah.
And I thought it was because of the way it was kind of shaped at first. And I kept looking. I'm like, no, that ain't no dang tree.
Yeah.
You know?
That place is weird, man. That place, I wish I can get somebody to go with us and that done this for longer than I have
Mm-hmm.
and try to experience it like we have. Because it's the bridge and the house we call Peggy's house are on the same road.
Mm-hmm.
It's two totally different places. You go right now, it's active. Next time you go, it's so much active that it actually creeps you out when you investigate because the way that comes across the spirit box and stuff, it like tells you there's all kinds of weird stuff outside, and you start hearing actual footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go check, I mean, it's just like a ghost town outside. There ain't nothing out there.
But they're telling you where it all is, right?
Yeah, they're telling you, and it's just like uh, one night when my cousin was with us there, and we was using the phasma box on her tablet,
Mm-hmm.
and I forget what question was asked, and they said they are here. They're next to y'all. They're coming, and there's actually a creek behind the place, probably about 50, 75 yards down the hill,
Mm-hmm.
and they the spirit on the phasma box said that they are coming. You need to stay inside. Because
Mm-hmm.
my cousin asked if you want us to leave. She said, no, they're coming. Y'all stay inside. And I mean, the feeling of the house got really, really weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
And
they were protecting you, kind of, right?
yes, I mean, it was a different, like if you go in there right now, it's totally different than that night that we was all in there. It's like a real heavy feeling over you.
Mm-hmm. So you can feel them all around you then.
Yes. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's, and that's when you know you're genuinely having an experience too.
Yeah.
Is when you can feel them and you can hear them talking, and every once in a while, if you get lucky, you'll see them.
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember one time we were at I don't remember, it's like Foster Cemetery or something like that. When Nightwatch was still together, Aaron and Tom and I were out there, and I turned around and I saw a glowing blue little boy run behind the stones, and stupid me, being as dumbfounded because I wasn't expecting, I was dumbfounded, and I was just like standing there staring at this thing, and then it disappeared, and then I was like, and then it dawned on me, hey, you could have got a picture or a video of that.
Yeah.
But whether it would have showed up, I don't know, but I'll tell you this much, I saw it, and it was just like almost a split second, like it didn't last that long.
Yeah.
It was like, and it was done, and it's like, oh, well, there we go, missed opportunity. Should have had my camera rolling. That was like kind of I got too excited thing. I had my camera in my hand. That was the worst part, is I had the camera in my hand and I did not use it.
That's crazy.
Because I was picking up to set up somewhere else in the cemetery.
Yeah.
And get another vantage point. So I had everything picked up. It was in my hand, but I wasn't. I guess you should always be prepared to get evidence, but it didn't dawn on me. I was like, and what did I just do?
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say, and I kind of kicked myself for a long time, and also Aaron if you ever get a chance to talk to him about it, he was actually affected there, and they showed him visions.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that was something else.
Hey there, Nora. How you doing? Say hi to Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
It's really interesting of what things that we do miss, because I missed a few things,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be carrying my uh, equipment to a different part of the location, something other. Then I'll go back look in the chat, and they say, "Oh, did you see that?" No, I had you up in the air because I didn't want a tree limb to slap you or nothing like that, you know.
Yeah.
But it was really interesting. Some in places. Johnson, what was coming outside then is what you saw and heard when you were outside there a while back, and you kind of got shook up. Oh, I don't know what it was. I don't. To be honest with you, that last time we went, I don't know what that was coming through the woods. I mean, it's like it took every top of them trees out coming through there. I don't know what it was, but it was loud and sounded like it was pulling every tree out of the ground. I don't know what the devil that was, and it's till this
Elephants.
day, it was something. I don't know what it was. Nora says hi to
Hi there.
Neil. Said
How you doing?
Iggy, our treasure homes, and so yeah, it was really interesting that night. I actually went back and looked on my camera, but I don't know. I don't think I've got it good enough, because all I know, whatever it was, it's like a bulldozer coming across there. Let's see. Good morning from the UK. Good
Well,
gracious.
hello there. Good morning.
We're getting ready to go to bed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Can you imagine uh, here in the U.S. at your time now, you got used to, and you go across the waters and you had to get fixed for their time? You'd be like, I done lived 7 o'clock twice.
Yeah. If you wanted to go there and actually spend 7 full days, you'd have to go there have a day where you could actually sleep until their time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you'd
Yeah.
have to, or before you go there, you'd almost have to like switch yourself from,
Yeah.
and sleep during the day and then, be up at night.
Yeah. That would be something to get used to, wouldn't
Oh yeah. Well, different hemispheres, they're on one side, we're on the other, and
it? Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's 2:32 a.m. there.
Oh, that ain't so bad.
He said he's working.
Working
I,
nights. Oofta.
I just
I'd
had,
have to say that is the roughest, is working at night instead of actually going and having fun.
yeah,
If I'm working, I'm not motivated really whatsoever. But if I'm out there investigating and doing some fun things, uh,
yeah,
it tends to, I don't know, I stay energized and I keep going. It's like the weirdest psychological thing I've ever seen with myself,
yeah. I'm the same way.
Yeah. And, like, because I guess that whole motivation of getting the next biggest piece of evidence, or seeing something that you maybe never seen before, or learning a piece of history that you didn't know before.
Yeah,
I mean, it is just insane. And which kind of brings me into something else. We were talking before about, stuff, and the biggest thing that I find is that no experiment that you can do is a dumb one, really.
oh yeah,
As, as long as you're doing it safely, of course. You're not going to do
yeah,
anything that harms yourself, the environment around you, or others.
Yeah.
There's, experimentation is different with each person.
Yeah.
Some use instruments. I don't know. I don't really. I pray for them a lot,
Yeah.
but some use instruments, some use cameras. You know, um, the biggest thing is there's no real wrong instrument to use. That maybe a fork because you can't eat them.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a whole range of yes no boxes and
Yeah.
and all kinds of different ITC, Go Static, all those guys.
Yeah.
There's places to get equipment from. But if you feel adventurous, don't be afraid to make your own
Yeah.
and test them, see if they work,
Yeah.
see what you get.
You're
I
right.
mean, I make sensors all the time.
Yeah.
Um, I learned how to do it on YouTube at first, and then I started actually building the whole circuit boards and everything all by myself.
Yeah.
And I built a portal for the spirit box, and it has echo, but I don't prefer it, so I always turn it off.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that echo helps clarify. I disagree.
Yeah.
It actually, to me, jumbles the voice and makes it so it's just not as easy to hear it and understand it
Yeah.
when there's too much reverb.
Yeah.
And literally, if y'all knew how easy it really is to make equipment, you really wouldn't probably buy most of your basic stuff from other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really easy to make it.
Yeah.
Well, at least it was for me. I don't know. People got their different levels of easy, but
Yeah.
you
I
know,
I could probably make some of our equipment. It's just I just some things I don't know how to do, like soldering and all that stuff. I'm not really good at it. And
watch YouTube University. YouTube will teach you literally step by step how to do stuff. That's how I learned it. I just
yeah,
watched somebody else do it, and I went, "Oh, okay." And then I just started doing that myself.
yeah,
It's not that hard, really. The biggest problem with soldering is making sure you don't make a cold solder joint. A cold solder joint is basically a joint that had an air bubble in it, and it causes a short, so
yeah,
that you're not getting a complete circuit in your whole entire circuit board. And then that sometimes it can fry things, or it can just make it not work.
yeah,
I mean, so you got to be kind of careful, but ultimately it's not that hard to, you know, sometimes you don't even have to solder to make like a portal. A portal is really easy. I could tell you how to do it right now.
yeah,
It takes 2 guitar pedals, a small amp like I used, like a mini practice amp,
yeah.
and all the connector pieces. And guess what? You just made one. You didn't even solder one thing.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's
And you
cool.
plug your spirit box into that, and um, one of the pedals is a noise filter or noise cancel pedal. And then it's got a dial on it. You can adjust it, and for your liking.
Yeah,
And then it's got a setting and stuff and what it basically does is it blocks out all the white noise that you hear from your spirit box, makes it absolutely gone. And then all that comes through is just voices. That's it.
I might have to rig me up something. And I can't. I like mine, but I just cannot stand all that noise. I mean, my spirit box used to be real loud when we first got it.
Hmm.
Now you might have to have it implanted in your ear just to hear it.
Hmm. And
And
see, a portal will stop all that. A portal, what it does is basically eliminate all of the problem that you have with the white noise.
Yeah.
And you can adjust it, I mean, so that you could just barely hear it so you know it's still working.
Yeah.
But then you're also making it so if there's any voices whatsoever coming through, that's what is prominent through the speaker when you get anything at all.
Yeah.
And it really, really goes a long way. I mean, I hate cutting my own foot off, but, you know, because I like to make equipment for people. But,
Yeah.
you know, it's not that difficult. It really isn't.
Yeah.
A lot of, if you look at all of the portals that are out there right now, a lot of them have this copper coil that
Yeah.
goes from the in to the handle, I believe it is. And they coil it around the handle and they claim that makes a better connection for you.
Yeah.
Listen, I've never put one copper coil on mine and I have no problem with it at all, period. Except for I'm not getting shocked in my hand every once in a while when I grab my equipment. And
Yeah.
that's literally that little connection that they're claiming. You're getting shocked, buddy. Your equipment's shocking you. That's the connection you got. You're frying.
Oh man. See,
So
this right here is what we got, and it is handmade. This contraption
mhm.
is our SLS.
Yep.
This thing is like holding a Volkswagen.
Mhm.
It is so heavy. I mean, it is so redneck. I ain't never in my life, but it works.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, you can make one yourself that's lighter.
Yeah. I've got
Um,
16 batteries right here, 16 AA batteries that I have to change out about every
oh,
week.
monkey. All right. You and I'll have to talk privately later. I will teach you how to actually build your own. It's going to
Yeah.
cost you about $250, but I'm going to tell you this much. You already got the screen right there, right?
Yeah.
That's an iPad.
Yeah. It don't
Guess
stay
what?
charged. I gotta find some way to charge this because this battery it just runs this. And this right here is just floating off as regular charge and it don't last. Now this here lasts for about 2 or 3 days. No problem.
Hmm.
My iPad is what I have trouble with.
Well, Walmart sells a rechargeable battery, and it will actually power your iPad and your equipment both at the same time.
Okay.
And if you buy two batteries, if they knock one out, you still got another one.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a matter of just spending a little cash. I think that battery that I'm talking about is like $125 a piece,
Yeah.
but it lasts forever. One charge will last you. If you did an investigation for 36 hours, it would stay up the whole 36 hours. And then, so I mean, it's like a no-brainer. You know what I mean? Like it's got. You could also even charge your cell phone on it while you're investigating.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it won't affect anything. It takes about 4 to 6 hours to fully charge it. So you're gonna want to charge it like the night before.
Yeah.
You go out or whatever. But that's a nice rig you got there. But I
Yeah.
think we could take that a step further and actually make it so that you're not spending so much money on batteries all the time. Because you buy that one battery for $125, right?
Yeah.
Now, all you have to do is recharge that every time after you're done using it, right?
Yeah.
Now you've saved yourself hundreds of dollars in batteries.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's just simple little changes like that.
No.
Because we're always constantly, as investigators, growing in knowledge and researching everything we got.
Yeah.
And it kind of takes us as a community to say, hey man, I know a little bit different way. If you want to try it, here's how to do it. And
No.
it'll really help you out big time.
This here weighs around about 8 to 9 pounds
Mhm.
max. Maybe a couple decimals more, but it's kind of heavy. I was on the bridge the other night, and I had this, and I was holding it up in front of the camera. And I don't know if you watched that one or not, but I kept saying this thing's getting heavy. I'm going to set it down. But
Well, the thing of what I'm trying to get at is you should just have your screen and your camera in front of you, and your battery should actually hang off of you in a fanny pack.
yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because your body can hold a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like it won't bother you to have that fanny pack on, and you won't even barely, and then you just reach down and click the battery on and off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This way, it also distributes the weight, because I mean, your equipment's always gonna weigh something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you ever watched some of Nightwatch's videos, but you'll always see Aaron and I have these gray vests on, and they're full of equipment all the time. But because it's distributed evenly over the body, it doesn't seem to affect us. And it's right here. We just, you just reach up, boom, it's right here. Oh, look, I got my whatever it is I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Whatever pocket. And
hey there, Julie.
evening. I'll tell you, from experience, if you want to save on yourself, get yourself one of them vests. And I'm telling you, the dumb thing is they're fishing vests that we're using.
Yeah, I got a hunting vest, but I got to lose weight because I done outgrowed it.
Well, that's why you do like I did and get the fishing vest that's adjustable. When you lose weight, you just pull it in a little bit. You gain weight, you just let it out a little bit.
Yeah, I put it on the other day, and I thought, yeah, this is gonna be good. I put it on, the buttons come back right here.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was back when I was about, I don't know, about 7th grade in school when I first bought it.
Well, then okay, that makes sense. It's time to get a new one. But you know what though? Like I said, just simple pieces of advice like that. I just, I really think, how you keep your equipment on you is really important, and like even just having a simple backpack with you on you, you know what I mean, to take some of the burden off of you from holding everything.
Yeah. I forget half my equipment. I was sticking all in my pockets. I look like a squirrel with nuts in his mouth. I have my front pockets full and back pockets full. Coat pockets full, and I forget half of it when I'm using it. The other day I was wanting to use my pendulum. I didn't even think about my pendulum until I got in the truck and headed back to the house. I said, man, I should have used that thing.
Yeah.
But I realized I done reached my pocket and trying to find something else, and there it was.
And see, that's the thing I'm telling you with like the vest and stuff, because you just find the one that suits you. You know what I mean? I mean, they sell all kinds of different vests. There's the fishing vests. I can look it up again for you if you want. They're on Amazon. I think it's like $25-$30 or something like that. And you got yourself, it's got chest pockets, it's got down below waistline pockets, and it's got inside pockets, deep inside pockets. And then it's got like a backpack pocket. So like if you want, like what I used to do when I was with Nightwatch is I would stick a medical pack in there. And I had medical supplies in case somebody got hurt. I could help you in a pinch and get you out of there. I'm certified in CPR and I know first aid. So, like if you broke an arm or something, I can throw a splint on it and get you out of there, or leg or whatever. And I could get you out of there real quick and render aid. And that's another thing I was going to say, is don't go out alone, because if you fall down, you wreck an ankle, you're not getting out of there by yourself.
No, you won't.
And if you do, you're doing it on hands and knees, and that doesn't sound very fun. You know what I mean?
When you climbing through some mess we climb through, briars and
That's what I'm
everything.
saying. And, you know, some of the places you're going to go to investigate, for the non, experienced person, if you're going out there, don't do it alone. You can, but you're really taking a very big risk at
Yeah.
possibly either being stranded there till someone finds you or dying.
Yeah. That's like what I've always said also too. If you was to catch something at least you have somebody to help validate your claim, that so nobody will think
Yep.
you're crazy. That's the
Yeah.
reason I take my dad, and sometimes I take some of my other team members that I have. If I hear a voice, 9 times out of 10, one of my other guys is going to hear the voice.
They should. Yeah.
And if I see something, 9 times out of 10, they see it. Especially Michael, that one took 20 pictures. I mean, he would take pictures. We wasn't there, but almost an hour, and he had over 500 some pictures on his camera.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
And that's how we, which I told him to take some pictures, but I didn't expect him to take a whole bunch of pictures. But he's done it on himself, and he'll go through every one. He'll take one day, and he'll go through every single picture, and he'll do it 4 or 5 times in that day till he actually finds something, and that's what he found that night.
Well, see, there you go. And, that's not a bad idea. We did the same thing when I was investigating with those guys. You take your camera and you, tell it to take multiple shots at once.
Yeah.
You just hit the button and it goes, and you don't know what it's going to catch. I mean, and what's cool about that is, you can actually watch it fade in on the frames and fade out all at the same time if it fades out.
Yeah. We was at John Martin's place one time, and at the Rock House, and he stuck his camera through the fence, and he took, I don't know, he mashed that button. I know it took 20, 30 pictures at that one time. And he actually caught a orb. First couple pictures of what, and then you start seeing orb come up. And it was the next 10 frames, and then you see it fade away, and then it come back, and next 2, then it fade away again. And and that was really neat that night.
Oh yeah. And that's the thing is, you probably, had he not snapped like that, you probably would have never seen it.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like live action, not, you know what I mean? Like, not video, but it's like live action, because you can show in each frame, what, when it came, where it moved to, and then when it faded out.
Yeah.
And then when it comes, if it comes back or whatever, like you say, and that's huge, because those are, hard things to catch.
Yeah. I mean, he took him about 3 days, I think, to go over all them pictures he had, because we was only there for 30 minutes, and he had almost 600 pictures.
Yeah. And it doesn't take long, especially with rapid shot.
Taking 3 pictures series.
Yep.
Add up quick. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, well, see, I got it where mine will take 10 or 15 shots or something like that.
Yeah,
and
I think he got his and set like that.
Yeah, and it just, you hit the button once and it just goes like a machine gun,
Yeah.
And then you're sitting there sifting through them and trying, oh, what did I get? What did I get? And then sometimes you're mad because you got to delete a whole bunch of pictures, and but that's investigating. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
And in some of the Nightwatch videos, for example, some of the sensors that I make, the little mini sensors, they fit in your pocket. I sell them in 4-packs.
Yeah.
We actually got them on video working. I made a red one, a red lighted one, or blue lighted one, a yellow lighted one, and a green lighted one. And all four, when we asked them to go to whichever one, they went.
Yeah.
And then they pick their favorite color. I don't know. You tell them to just pick your favorite one, and they do.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and and then
I like to.
one thing. What's that?
I said I'd like to get some of those.
Yeah, definitely.
Send me a picture of them. Let me see what they look like, if you don't mind.
Sure. I don't know if I can do it right now, but I can do it after the show.
That's
Here,
fine.
I can't. It'll exit out of here if I try to do.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely hook you up, show you what I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's some electronics that I rewire actually,
Yeah.
and make them work to our purposes instead of what they were originally intended for.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, and like I said, they absolutely work. I field tested them. I beat on them. I've
Yeah.
thrown them in puddles. I've done whatever I could do to them. They just keep on going. They don't care.
That's neat.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat.
Yeah, I mean, you can break the antenna out of them, but okay, so you're gonna send it back to me, and I'm gonna put a new antenna in for you. Don't care. And
So,
I've got other ones. They're actually a reinforced kind of a tough box,
yeah.
and they're waterproof. And those ones I actually build the complete board, and those work too as well.
That's cool.
The one thing that I'm gonna say about like sensors and stuff like that is you can also use them as a yes or no box.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy yes no boxes. You just use one instrument for several different things.
Yeah.
You can use your K2 meter as a yes no. I mean, just tell them, can you light up this meter if you want to say yes? And don't light up my meter if you say no.
Yeah.
And then you wait for a little while. If nothing happens, obviously you just gotta know.
Yeah.
If the light goes off, obviously, yeah, they're telling you, yeah, that yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And we did that in what the heck, Carlos Avery. And in Carlos Avery, two brothers got into a gunfight with the state patrol back in the 50s. And the one brother was killed, and the other brother went on to prison, obviously.
Yeah.
You ain't getting out of that. But we talked to him a little bit, and I called him by name, and I said, "Is that you? Light up my meter if that's you." And he lit it up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. That's
So I
great.
mean, you can use, you don't have to use a meter just as a meter.
Yeah.
You can go out there and you can use them in many different ways. And that's and when you're getting those responses, that's when you know you're doing it right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that, okay, I just asked this question and he just answered it.
Yeah.
This is a definite, I've got, something here.
Yeah.
It's hard to, tell somebody, oh, you're full of garbage when you're getting them to light it up on command.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any better than that.
You're right.
And I have to hand it to Aaron. He's a great guy to investigate with. He really is. He's a smart dude. He's really intuitive, and I like working with him because he's open-minded too. And he comes up with experiments, I come up with experiments, and we try things, and sometimes things work and sometimes they don't. I mean, but that's the best part about investigating is it's your experiment.
Yeah.
The whole thing is an experiment to get a reaction out of whatever's there.
Yeah.
And so I guess what I'm trying to get at mostly is if you want to try to get proof, what do all great scientists do? They experiment. That's what you're doing. You're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And if you aren't, then you're not doing it right. Because yes, there's EVPs. Yes, you can take pictures. But what if you can get them to interact with you? That's the goal, right? Contact.
Yeah.
You know, get them to tell you their story or show you a little something.
Yeah.
I want one of them to lead me to a treasure. It'll never happen, not in a million years, but that would sure be fun, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, everybody be doing it then, wouldn't
Well, tell you what, I wouldn't stop. Be like, hey, you know where any coin dumps are?
they? Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But you know, it's something. But that treasure might not be what we think as treasure either.
Yeah.
You know, um, the treasure that we could be finding is something. You know, some sort of historical artifact that proves that the story really happened or that person was really there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a treasure in and of itself, really, when you think about it. I don't know how many times you ever been on a site where you're just like, gosh, I just wish I could find something, you know, some sort of artifact, something to like validate what's going on here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even just a picture.
Yeah.
And then you could say, hey, is this you? Is this you right here? You know, I mean, I've been in many thrift stores and stuff, and I see these old pictures, and the running joke is instant distant relatives. You know, all you gotta do is buy the tintype, and now you got relatives to hang on your wall.
Yeah.
Um, but there's this one in particular I get a feeling from. It's like it looks like the person in the picture is boring a hole through you and trying to speak.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder if things like that don't hold some sort of a energy or resonance of some kind. I've never took a meter to it, but
Yeah.
I might get brave and try that one of these times.
I remember we used to go to the hospital up
Mm-hmm.
here where I live at and go see somebody that's in the hospital. And this is when we was little. I mean, probably about 4, 5, 6 years old. You know, we weren't supposed to be there no way because they wouldn't let kids at the inside the rooms to visit. So mom and my dad and them, they always left all us youngins in the waiting room.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started venturing out and we started gallivanting around and everything, you know, and getting in all kinds of trouble. The security guards tell us to go sit down and this and that, take us back to the waiting room and this and that. And we know before they changed the hospital around like 50,000 million times, they used to have these big pictures of the founder of the hospital, their portrait. And we used to be so scared when we go down that hallway. We used to run down that hallway because you can feel them eyes just watching you all the way across down through there like that.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you can take some kind of picture like that with us on a investigate, see if they can draw some kind of energy or something like that. Some of them weird old pictures.
Yeah, I mean, well, like I said, you know, like I get a feeling off of the one picture that I saw, and it's an old tintype picture, and it's really odd. Like, if I could find out where that picture's from, like where that person lived originally, because there's old ghost towns up here all over the place. Because when they had because there's mines up here, old iron mines and magnesium mines and all kinds of stuff like that. And all the pictures and all the stuff that they've collected up here are all people that lived up here.
No.
And I wonder if you took them to the site where they originally are from, if you'd get a reaction.
That'd be interesting there. I had
Yeah,
never thought about that.
yeah, because well, like you say, that founder of the hospital, right?
Yeah,
He's in a place that he created, right?
yeah,
Who's to say you don't just walk up to that picture with a meter and just try it? Yeah, other people might think you're a little creepy, but what do we care?
yeah,
We don't care about what they think anyways. We're out to do something,
yeah,
not to get that proof. So it gets me to think, like, no experiment is stupid, right?
yeah,
If you think about it, really, it's all I'm doing is I'm giving whatever entities that might be there an idea that I know who they are, or that I
yeah,
want to know who they are, and that a way to identify with me.
yeah,
Because now I have this picture and I can say, look, this is you, right? You know?
yeah, yeah. I might try that. I might get some old creepy picture one day and take it over to Peggy's house and see if that will uh, draw some kind of energy or something other.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
really weird. Those old pictures, you ever held them and it feels like it kind of resonates in your hand?
I never paid attention, to be honest with you.
Do it.
I'll
Do it.
try.
You know how they say a picture says 1,000 words?
Yeah.
They say a lot more words if you pay attention.
That's cool.
I got old tintypes.
Hey there,
Hello,
Dan.
how you doing?
Appreciate you
Um,
coming in.
yeah, thanks for coming in. Um, the one thing that kind of bothered me a little bit is I have old tintypes of my great 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 uncle,
Yeah.
and he was wearing an old Confederates uniform, and I actually had his uniform. He was an officer in the Confederate Army,
Oh crap.
and it was really strange because I wanted to see if there was anything around it.
Yeah.
I got more of a reaction than I wanted. I gave all of that back to my grandma.
Really?
It's like, nope, I will not do that again.
Great.
It was, and the reason why is because it was too close. When it's your family, it's just
Yeah.
too close.
Yeah.
Good evening back to you.
Yeah. It's like I said, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to try that. I'm gonna cause
Because if
me.
you can,
Go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say, like, if you go to South Dakota, Fort Sisseton, they have pictures of the officers also standing there wearing the very uniforms you're standing in front of.
Hmm.
And that place actually still has bullet holes in it from when they were fighting the natives out there.
Oh really?
hmm And that place is just, well, to put it politely, it is so active there that even during the day you're creeped out.
Really? That's
hmm
cool.
Even during the day.
Hey there, Ted. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Ted?
Saying hey off the hood. Yeah, there's a that you got me thinking now because me this Friday, me and my buddy Baker in here, we're gonna go to
hmm
set up a trail camera over at Peggy's house. We're gonna
hmm
try to camouflage it so it don't get stolen and this and that.
hmm
But I'm gonna try to see. I'm gonna let it sit there for probably about 4 to 5 hours, I guess. That should be
hmm
enough time to take 100 pictures, and I'm gonna see what it goes on there.
You know what else you can do is some of the trail cams will give you like short bursts of video.
Yeah, mine
Um,
won't set up as video.
okay, because some of them you can connect them to your cell phone,
Yeah,
and those are a little bit more spendy, obviously.
yeah,
So if you're willing to put the money into it, you could get some pretty good stuff.
yeah.
But you can connect it to your cell phone, and you could actually get live streamed as
That'd
it
be crazy.
happens.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. And just a little, word to the wise there. I mean, if I was you, and if you're gonna set up a camp like that, just so it don't get stolen, that's the way you do it.
Yeah.
You know, because otherwise you got to go, like you say, through the trouble of hiding it and hope no one catches, sees it or something and takes it.
Yeah, we're gonna go and try to. He's pretty good with camouflaging, so nothing will see it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he does a lot of deer hunting and stuff, and he knows things. So we're going to try to camouflage it because that thing costed like $60 to $80 for that thing, and
Mm-hmm.
you can't keep putting money into something like that and somebody keeps stealing it. That's
Well, yeah, that's why I was saying the live stream thing would work best because then you know who's doing it.
yeah,
And some of them, they even have it, you can turn the camera slightly every which way and
yeah.
actually look around the whole scene.
I've got a drone where me and my dad bought it,
Mm-hmm.
and I tried to use it one day, and I couldn't figure out how to get the blades cut off because I was going to pick it up, and I reached down there and picked it up and might cut my fingers off.
Oh, geez.
And I put that thing back in the box. I said, somebody get themselves killed on that thing. So I put it back in the box. Ain't fool with the sense.
Well,
But
I'll tell you, drones are really awesome for getting a layout during the day mostly.
yeah,
And the reason why I say that is because you could do a fly instead of having to go out there and darn near break your ankle. You can go out and you can map the area and say, okay, this is where I want to go, and this over here looks like a spot of interest, and you can get kind of a lay of the land like that. You can also get some awesome photos just for yourself if you really wanted to. But
yeah,
the thing about drones is also you could use a RC car and mount a camera on that and use that as well to go into smaller areas that you don't fit.
yeah. That'd be a lot then. That'd be a lot of areas for me.
I mean, I'm telling you, because you just set it down, you tie a rope to it, a small little light rope, and if
yeah,
it gets stuck, you just tug on the rope a little bit, pull it off whatever it's stuck on, and keep on trucking.
yeah. Good night, Baker, man. Appreciate you
Good
coming
night,
in.
Baker.
This old timer got to turn in. He's getting old. You ain't
Yeah,
that old, buddy.
I hear that,
He's still
but
kicking. Oh man. But yeah,
I hear you.
I I hadn't thought about none of that stuff. So I'm thinking about seriously taking some pictures with us.
Hmm.
Try all kind of different, especially there at the Peggy's house. Cause I don't know how other people think, but when we go to the cemetery that's on the same road
Hmm.
and where they found all them bodies down there around the bridge at the creek and the flatland,
Hmm.
because I think you might remember if I told you that story where they found 18 bodies down in
Yeah,
the.
down by that bridge there. Yep.
So I think if I can find something, be a good trigger object.
Yeah.
I,
I
I
mean,
think
well, hey,
I
here's
think
a good
all
idea. How long
I
has your
think,
family been in that area?
oh, I don't have the foggiest idea because that's in another county. We don't live there. I mean, it's just a
Oh,
spit distance from us, but it don't take me about 30 minutes to get there.
well, the reason I'm asking you is, do you know anybody that does live there?
Yeah,
Well, think about it this way. What if you took some old-timey pictures, right, from them, and maybe it'll be somebody they recognize.
no.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well,
So, well, well, okay, we don't know if they like them or don't, but here's what I guess I'm trying to get at. It might trigger some interesting activity to happen if they see somebody they know.
yeah. Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, prime example. When you see an old friend of yours, what's your first reaction?
Man, he's got old.
Yeah, or hey, buddy, how you doing? Right?
Yeah,
You might trigger a memory or something in Peggy, and she'll go, "Oh my, I haven't seen that face in,"
yeah.
that you might get something great out of it.
I bet that would work. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that and
Yeah,
see.
because I mean, if you can get some pictures from the time of people that you know was there, I mean, because the one thing about country folks, and I'm sure you know this, they all knew each other.
Oh yeah,
But even today, even by today, they all still know each other. And you cross one of them, you just crossed all of them.
oh yeah,
And so especially down there in the south, you just don't mess down there. You
yeah.
don't. That people somebody put a bullet in your belly. You better watch out.
You're right. You're right.
So when you cross a southern boy, you best pack a lunch because he's coming. And
You're
so is all his neighbors and all his relatives, and most of them neighbors are his relatives.
right. Yeah,
So in
yeah,
some ways, shape, or form, they're a cousin or an aunt or an uncle or something, grandma,
yeah.
grandpa, whatever, brother, sister. I mean,
I,
could be anybody, and you don't know who's their friends and who isn't,
I hadn't really
and you're
thought
gonna
about
get it.
taking that stuff
What?
like that.
What's that?
I hadn't really thought about taking any kind of uh objects. I mean, I know trigger objects, but I never think that you can take like pictures or
Hmm.
something like that. That'd be
Oh yeah,
interesting.
because I mean, well, like out here, I got lots of pictures of like some of the old miners and their wives and all kinds of weird stuff I have access to
Yeah,
because a lot of them are sitting in thrift stores, literally.
yeah,
Like I can go down here right now, and there's a mine. They actually still have tours in this one. It was actually more recently closed, I think like 70s or 80s. But it's opened in like the 40s, and there's still old pictures and like you can go. Like I said, they call them instant relatives. 'Cause they have these tintype pictures just sitting there of all the people that used to live up here.
yeah,
And you can't tell me that if that entity is from the same time period that they didn't know 'em. There's no way they didn't.
yeah,
Just because of the way communities used to be.
yeah,
Everybody met at church. You know what I mean? Everybody did. You just that's how it was.
yeah,
Still kind of is in some parts of this of the parts of my state anyway. It's still like that. Everybody knows in my town, everybody knows everybody. And if you mess over one person,
yeah.
you're done here.
That's that's very interesting. I mean, seriously, it's. I might try that next time I go to Peggy's house. I'm gonna try to, you know, scoop up some stuff and see
Hmm.
about what time frame and everything like that.
Yeah.
We'll see. What I'm thinking, I want you, I want you to see. I want to know if you think the same way like I think. From
Okay.
the, of all them bodies that they have found, the spirit's still there. When I drive down that road, I feel like there's still some there that they hadn't even got. You can
Oh
still
yeah.
feel heaviness. Uh,
The
something
problem,
something tells me that there's still some bodies laying around there somewhere.
or there's still some remnants of bodies there.
Yes, because when you drive down that road, you can feel something there just don't want you to go, but you just have to force yourself to go down that road.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
And
I mean, well, think about it this way. Like if you go down there, it's the body parts are probably rotted away by now. because of the exposure to the elements and things like that, and animals dragging stuff off and whatever else. That resonance is still there. You know what I mean? That's what's stopping you,
Yeah.
because I believe that because they found all those bodies and it was such a horrific and terrible event, I strongly feel like there is something there holding them there, and I think that's what it is the resonance from the body parts that were there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you may find a bone or something like that, but that bridge is over a creek, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the ground would be too wet and inhospitable for any organic matter to stick around
Yeah.
anymore. So all of it, maybe you'll find teeth if you dug around a little bit and you could like find the site where they had them, where they actually found the bodies.
Yeah.
If you dug around there, you might find some teeth or something. But even that's kind of pushing it.
Yeah.
But I believe you're right. You know,
So
I think something's there, and that's why.
I want to get your opinion on this. The graveyard, the bridge, and Peggy's house, all on the same road. They probably ain't within 250 yards apart, maybe a little bit further, give or take a couple inches. Well, I think reason why Peggy's house is active, I think the spirits from the graveyard and the bridge use Peggy's house as a portal.
That's possible. Also, water sources, especially moving water sources like the creek that they're by,
Yeah.
feed energy to spirits.
And they got granite like out the wazoo there.
Okay, now that is a superconductor. The Egyptians used a lot of granite in their pyramids for that reason, because they are superconductor. It's a highly conductive, vibrant rock.
Okay.
So, and I don't know the scientific part behind it, but for some reason the crystals in the granite will resonate with energy.
Okay.
They have a echo chamber room inside of the Pyramid of Giza. You can walk in there and go really low as you possibly can, and it will literally shake the entire room.
Good night.
And it's all made out of granite, red granite.
That's crazy. I was, like I said, I was just wondering about that one day. I think, to me, I was thinking, because spirits, they do move from place to place, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that they do use that as a portal to, and what is there already.
Well, we got to also remember that there's natural occurrences too. Yeah. You are in a natural environment, really.
Yeah.
When you're out there, you're in nature, and there's naturally occurring energy sources, I believe, and I think there's other things that could, play a factor into it. What I mean is, like, not just that energy being there, but also the geological structure of the rocks, and stuff like that. It can all play a factor and create the perfect environment for things to happen, and exist and be there and stay there.
So, what would make something happen? Like, say, for instance, that night that me and my dad was at, and Joseph was at the John Martin's grave. Okay. It's him, his wife, and I think his wife's sister's buried there or something like that.
All right.
They got an iron fence around the little gravesite, and on the outside is where his servants was buried at. You know, the slaves and
Mm-hmm.
whoever else is buried out there. But they don't have markings of the stone. They just got rocks sticking up, little field rocks. Well, we was
What
there
kind of rocks?
like field rocks, like uh, limestone, regular little granite
So it's
piece.
not piece of granite or anything?
Yeah, it's like some like fieldstone, granite, limestone, just whatever they had sticking that they could.
Excuse me.
Uh,
Um, well, honestly, I think some of the materials that they make out of headstones out of and stuff, act like conductors too.
I'm not sure it was made out of just solid rock. I mean, it don't have is granite. It's real dull looking.
Is it the white marble?
No, this is like uh look like the Confederate uniform gray. That
Okay.
real
Hmm.
dull looking.
So like a
Uh,
slate gray.
yes, yes. Uh, we was there one night. Of course, after a storm, a lot of energy floating around. Didn't have no power around because the storm knocked out everybody's power over in that area. Well, we decided we're gonna go, and it actually finally quit raining long enough to do a 45-minute live there. And I told Joseph, I said, man, I said, I think somebody is tearing down the house, the rock house. I saw some rocks missing. Well, it touched a nerve on him a little bit. He wanted to go check because he lives right beside the rock house, just about it. And at the rock house, they have these two big old lights shining on the place at nighttime. Well, he got halfway over and he realized he couldn't see because there ain't no lights over there. Power's out.
Hmm.
So he came back halfway across the road before he got to me. I had the camera shining on the stone at the cat toys and the something else I had sitting there. And my dad was sitting on the stool there beside of us, and
Hmm.
I just happened to look down into the chat, and I had that big bright light on. I mean, I think we could track every bug in the county around us. We were slapping. My dad said, "I gotta get up and move." So he got up and he walked right behind me, probably I don't know about a half a foot behind me, and stood at the fence. And he got tired of standing up, so he went over there and sat back down. Then he got back up and stood right there, right beside that tree, put his arm on the tree. And I leaned over into the phone like that, reading the chat. And as soon as I stood up, there was a gust of wind, just literally about knocked me plumb off my feet.
Huh.
And I turned around and asked my dad, I said, "Did you feel that?" He said, "No." And I mean, we was this far from each other, and he didn't feel it, but it about knocked me plumb off my feet.
Hmm.
And the wind was not blowing. I mean, it was calm as a mouse after that storm.
Hmm.
And till this day, I don't know what in the world it was. I had to be standing in front of the time portal of his time frame.
Well, that or someone could be trying to say something to you. You know, um,
I mean, it literally about blowed me plumb off my feet.
dang.
And
And
I
you're
can't.
not a little boy either.
No, I cannot. I cannot explain how it felt. I mean, literally, I'm bumfuzzled because I don't know. I never had
You
any
could
kind.
have been. Did you hear a pop noise?
No, it just like, woof, just like,
Because sometimes, from what I understand, some people like hear this popping noise when a portal opens or
yeah,
lets something through.
yeah. I didn't hear
Um,
nothing. I know, it like knocked me plumb off my feet, and my dad was standing that far behind me, and he didn't feel nothing.
That, it's too bad you couldn't get that on camera.
I know. I didn't have nothing. I wished I had one of them little things what the weather people using, little air scoops and this and that, all kinds of gadgets. I mean, I would look like Inspector Gadget when I would have went back out there again.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't explain it. I don't know how else to explain it to you what it actually felt.
Can I tell you something just to give you a little heads up? The next time you go out there, grab a camcorder. Okay? Set it up on a tripod and watch yourself investigating. You might catch some evidence that you didn't notice going on around you. And I don't know that you're not doing that, but honestly, from what I can tell, is sometimes when you just leave a camera on you and it's just sitting there as a static cam, just recording everything around, you're gonna catch whatever that was next time.
I might try that next time. I'm gonna set both our handheld cameras up.
Do it cross, one from one side, one from the other, or one from behind, or one from the front, or whatever, however you want to do it.
Yeah.
Or one from the side, one, just get a configuration going. And the reason why I say that is because if you can get a different camera angle and watch yourself investigating, you're going to actually possibly catch whatever it is you're interacting with. And I've noticed like a lot of people need to be starting to do that.
Yeah.
Is, everybody's got this fixation. They got to be holding the camera and, I'm going to show you what I see and blah, 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 blah. But what they're missing is a bird's eye view that they didn't catch.
Yeah.
That is the one thing that I've noticed in every investigation, is that nobody's got that static cam just sitting there watching them investigate. Have you ever took a little audio recorder and just set it on the stone and walk away?
Yeah, we've done that before.
And did you catch something?
I got some stuff that can't explain.
Well, that you can ask questions and do the same thing.
Yeah.
EVP, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But what's to say you don't just set it there, walk off, and have a camera trained on it? Because you don't normally see people doing that. They just go back to the recorder and show themselves walking back up to it.
Yeah.
But we're missing parts. We're not getting the video that goes with that audio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where I'm finding a lot of holes could be filled.
Yeah.
And so a lot of investigators, if you want to get some really good, solid evidence and stuff, anybody that's out there, been there for a while and done that and whatever, we're learning and evolving all the time.
Yeah.
And, you have asked me in the past, what type of techniques or what would be some good advice.
Yeah.
My best advice is get that video, because if you watch yourself investigating, you're also going to see what you should be doing and you weren't doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're going to be looking at it for evidence for number one, obviously, because that's what it's all about, right? Number two, you're critiquing yourself. And the reason why you're critiquing yourself is because you want to become more solid in your craft, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's always good to have a friend, hey, watch this video for me. Tell me what you think. What do you think I could have done to do the investigation a little differently, or did I miss something? And you do that actually quite a bit with your pictures and stuff. But as I said, you're behind the camera,
Yeah.
right? You should be in front of the camera because there's something, if it's interacting with you, right? It's interacting with you. So that means there's something around you, isn't there? So you're going to want to get the full environmental shot. Have your buddy taking pictures of you while you're getting those reactions, you know,
Yeah.
and the environment around you. And have, you know, have a static camera going.
Okay.
Um, keep your meters handy. Always keep your meters handy, especially, you know, just because when those meters are going off, that's when you're getting activity. You should be
Yeah.
asking questions. You should be trying to get more of a reaction than just a meter. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But your Mel meter is going to tell you when your temperature changes. It's going to tell you if there's a change in the, you know, the field around you. And the Mel is kind of a telltale all because
Yeah.
your K2 is going to give you an idea, but the Mel meter is going to tell you everything that you just needed to know.
Yeah. So
And what's that?
go ahead.
Oh, I was just trying to say, you know, my best advice is just get your butt out there. Getting your butt out there is, and do the experiments that you maybe always wanted to do, or even if you're afraid to do it, just do it.
Yeah. I'm gonna start doing that. Like I said, I don't take trigger objects most of the time, but sometimes I do. Just say, for instance, we went to the clinic one night. It used to be a detox center. We took a little airplane bottle of Jack Daniels or something there with us that day,
Mm-hmm.
and we also took a can of some kind of beer. I can't remember what it was, and we set it down there in the basement. And I thought, now if we heard that can open up, it's going to be kind of weird, you know. But we never did hear it open up because it was still a full can when it got done. But or if it wasn't open and it was empty, something was going wrong.
Well, I mean, you know, that's just it.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, we actually had some stuff happen when we took that there that night.
mhm. Yep,
You
because you're drawing them in. You're giving them something that they either hated or identified with.
know?
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Those are the two things that are going to happen. You're either going to get a negative or a positive response, or sometimes a mixture.
Yeah.
Um, but the thing of it is like photographs really just. I mean, when you look at them, don't they resonate with you?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think they're going to do? It's got to be the same thing. They were human once. They still remember what it was to be human, don't they?
Yeah.
Some of them or all of them. I don't know. It's hard to know because you don't know what you're dealing with. Sometimes
Yeah.
you could be dealing with a natural spirit of
So
some kind or whatever.
on the topic that I was planning on for tonight, I know you probably have to get ready to go ready for work and stuff in the morning, but
Yeah.
a few things right quick, and then we'll call it quits. Okay.
Okay.
First, what would a beginner investigator just basically need to take with them? Start out with what I'm saying.
I would say bring a flashlight. Bring them. Get yourself at least a K2 meter and a camera. Those are the three I'd start with.
Yeah.
And even the camera in your phone will work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they got apps out there too you can buy and everything else. I don't put much stock in those
Yeah.
because I think the internet can mess with it too much and can feed you false or fake information.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna go out there and you got a K2 meter, a flashlight, and a camera, you got your basics down.
Yeah. That's very interesting because that's what we started off with. but I didn't have a flashlight. I had a recorder, and I had the K2 meter. But the K2 meter was one of my cousin's oldest one. He had to stick a penny in to hold the button down so it stay on.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I started out with. But
See, there you go. And yeah, a recorder, just a simple recorder too, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's what we got. I mean, I started out with two pieces of equipment because I didn't know how to do anything. I went and messed around a little bit here and there to try to figure it out on my own, but I learned a lot as I watched different videos and listened at my cousin talk and listened how they do stuff. Then I got hooked up starting this own group. And I thought, well, if I'm going to be a founder of this group, I've got to start learning how to do pretty much use all the equipment. So, like I said, like you said, I watched YouTube videos on a lot of it and started to try to go out and pay attention on how to do an investigation with that piece of equipment.
Mm-hmm.
What was my other question? What what is a good piece of advice that you would tell a beginner that wants to get into this field?
Always do a day walk before you do a night investigation, so that you know the lay of the land.
That way you can see where everything is, and
and throw little. You can buy little rolls of like ribbon,
yeah,
and tie off places where you shouldn't be stepping at night.
Yeah, that's a good piece of information. Because I know where we used to live at when I was younger, uh, there's this old house. It had 5 wells around the house. So that's a good thing to do, because back in the old days, when one well went dry, they dug another one. And if that went dry, they dug another one. And it ain't no punched well neither. It's a hand dug well. So you got one of them big monstrosities out there in the thing. One minute you be talking, next minute gone, and your hat's still floating in the air, you done in the hole,
Yep. You get the whole cartoon thing going.
Yeah. So that is pretty good information right there. That's real good.
Heck yeah.
That's
Yep. Always do a day run.
I mean,
mark your spots.
Yeah, that's pretty neat too. That is real neat. I'm gonna try to put something in our box in the back of my truck just for that reason,
Yeah, I mean, it just that fluorescent colored ribbon, you can't miss it at night.
Yeah.
Especially in your camera, if you're just looking through your night vision, you'll be more apt to see that than you would anything else.
Yeah.
Because they glow. It's weird.
Like marking flags. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah. Yep. Mark your spots.
That'd be interesting. I mean, see, I hadn't even thought of that. So that's a good information for me. And I've been doing it now for a little over 3, almost going on 4 years now. And I never thought of that. That'd be pretty cool right there.
Yeah, I mean, just and also while you're out there, if you're gonna go on someone's land or something, make sure you got permissions.
Yeah.
Don't just be found out there.
Yeah.
Or you'll be found out there with a hole in it.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
You're right.
Or cops a bit called,
Yeah. And
you don't want
to go ahead.
You don't want to end up with a rap sheet.
Yeah. I also find it be interesting too to learn what type of hauntings you're dealing with. The 4 types of hauntings, like demonic, intelligence, poltergeist, and residual. That's something you need to know.
Yep.
Because you don't want to go in there and you thinking it's just something easy, good. I mean, just cool, and got something demonic in there. I mean,
I
That's
figured out one more piece of equipment you're going to want.
okay.
A UV flashlight.
Yeah.
Because they write in luminescent paints, demonic symbols and stuff.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be in a place that's marked.
Yeah.
And it'll illuminate, the UV light will illuminate all those past markings and stuff on walls.
Okay.
So that's just a little another piece of advice is if you see satanic symbols, just get out. Don't even stay. It's not worth your time.
I had never thought of that. I mean, I don't know what I'm looking at if I see any kind of symbols, but
I mean,
wouldn't
if you see anything other than a cross, it's probably satanic.
know. Okay.
Honestly, nobody else is going to draw symbols that only they see unless they're doing something nefarious.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I never seen anybody that's doing good ever hide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And also too, notebook and a pen is really good information too. You can jot
Oh yeah.
down stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and another thing, extra batteries, because we go
Yeah.
through batteries like it ain't nobody's business.
Batteries, more batteries.
Yeah, that is one most thing I found.
And if you want to save money, rechargeable batteries.
Yeah, but what if we're out in the where we ain't got power? How we gonna recharge
You don't. You just bring enough.
them? Oh
Just
man,
bring enough. That's
that's
the thing of it.
that's really interesting though. I mean, all that stuff you just went over right here, it's really makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's just marking your territory keeps you safe. Day runs keep you safe. Permissions keep you safe.
Yeah,
Buddy system keep you safe.
yeah,
Because not only can they validate what you see, if you need protecting or help, they're there.
yeah. I mean, I've always make my people go out two or more, not by
Yep.
yourself. Because one reason, if you're there by yourself and you get hurt, it's you gonna be laying there till we get to come get you. I mean,
Yep.
it's kind of hard to take off and run through the woods and you stumble over trees and limbs and get tied up
Yep.
in a briar patch and you know and
Oh yeah.
and weird things like that. But
Heck yeah.
that does make a whole lot of sense right there. It does.
Hmm. Well, all right, brother. I hate to cut it short.
You're fine,
I got
bro.
to get moving here.
You're fine. I
It was a real. I hope to come on here again. It was a real pleasure.
I do appreciate you coming on, but anytime you can think something there, if you want to come live with me, just holler at me and we'll go live.
You
Uh,
got it, brother. I'll
because
definitely come on.
next time, why don't you tell your story about your funeral home days when you was living up?
Oh,
That's
oh
what
yeah.
I want you to tell that story again.
All righty. We'll do that next time.
That's interesting. All right, man.
Oh
You
yeah.
take it easy and have a good. And plus, congratulations to you, buddy.
Thanks, man. You be good.
You too.
Later.
Hey, well, everybody, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Uh, we had he'd been on my show before. He's been really awesome guest. I do love listening to him tell his stories. And I know we probably didn't stick to the topic a whole lot tonight, but I did get some very valuable points across, I hope, about the big people that's beginning into this field. Let's see who all we got in here still here with us. I know Vicky probably is. Uh, Probably Julie might still be with me. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, I know you there, Vicky. I appreciate you. Appreciate you a lot. Y'all have anything y'all want to add to the topic about what piece of equipment that y'all used and something there that you don't have to go out and spend a whole lot of money to start out with. Like he said, just a flashlight and a K2 mirror would be real good. Things like that. Just something simple till you get the feel of it, until you get to know a little more about it. Because it does take a lot of money, believe me. Because we've done shed about a little over, I don't know, almost $1,000 in all this equipment we have, if not more. And this little guy right here, he wanted to say hey to Jamie. She might done gone to bed by now. Hey. But yeah, he oh Lord have mercy. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here, y'all. I'm gonna play the P3 video when I come back. I'll check and see if anybody else is still here and if they want to add something or if they got any quick questions they may have for me or Vicky. Vicky, she'll be answering questions if you need to. Let me go ahead and get over here and play the video right quick, okay? And I'll be right back with you.
About
So, has anybody got any questions? Anything they want to add to the topic tonight, or everybody good? We'll probably talk about the same topic again the next time. Uh, Probably this coming up Thursday. I'm going to try also to get my cousin back on and see if she'll be interested uh, doing the same thing what me and Neil was talking about tonight. I hope y'all was interested by him talking, and he is, like I said before, he is an interested person. He does have a lot of cool stories. He's been doing it for a while. He is knowledgeable by using different techniques and tactics and stuff like that. He actually made me open my eyes a little bit, and I'm gonna start doing some more different uh, things in my investigations, more like taking stuff with us as a trigger object. It was a good show tonight. I appreciate that, Vicky. We only got 3 watching tonight. I don't know how many came in. I only got 1 thumbs up. That's me. They don't say anything else. I don't know where everybody's at though. Myers, he's not in here. He don't done been in here by now. I think Jamie, she done went to bed. I hadn't seen her in some time. She did have a phone call earlier, she said, but I think she probably done gone. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I gave you a thumbs up. Okay, we got 2 then. My phone says 2, but nothing here on my computer says anything about thumbs. That's crazy. I do have 3 people watching. That's interesting. One of them's probably me because I'm watching myself here on YouTube from my phone. See that handsome devil? Even that you fell asleep like I did one time, laugh out loud. Talking about Jamie. Yeah, she's really cool. She's been working pretty hard. She's been doing them stickers and stuff like that, and then she got a feed Mr. Devil Dog himself. She got to take care of the dog. Oh man, I like Jamie. She's pretty cool. She has a hard time keeping up with him. He's wide open. Yeah, she's been busy. Yeah, I know. I don't. She every channel I got in today when I was at work, there she was. I was like, dang on. I'll go back from break and go back to work. I go wait till another break and I see somebody else in line. There she is again. I thought, good gracious, he's getting around these. But she does show a lot of support to everybody. I think BJ also was going live tonight too. So I don't blame anybody for going over there because they're doing a special show about what's that stuff called? Cerebral palsy or something other. I'll try to get some pictures and stuff together for next week's show for you. Okay. I appreciate that, Vicky. We will. I'd be interested to see some stuff. Yeah, that'd be cool. Let's see. I'm gonna have the Myers Paranormal on Sunday after you, Vicky. And then I got Brian John Laverty supposed to be on April the 9th. So I got a few other people I need to get in touch with about being a guest on the show. If you know anybody that wants to be a guest on the show, let me know. Tell them to send me a email or a Facebook friend request to my personal page, and tell them to get in touch with me, and we will talk about what days they can come on. It's going to be either on Sundays and Thursdays, either one. Because I'm not going to do too many more story time shows until I can get some decent stories that nobody's heard before. Because I'm going to try to do a series about story time by the fire and stuff like that. I'm going to do it through StreamYard, send out 3 or 4 different invites to different people, and have everybody come on, and we'll tell a story like that. Each person have about 15 to 20 minutes to tell a story and everything. Have you ever had Marcus on before? One time. One time he came on my show. We sat and talked for a little bit. I think I had him on right after I got into the P3 program. I think I'm like one of the oldest member that started with them when they first got started up, somewhere like that. I think that I was going to send him a message a while ago, but I don't know if he's working or he's got off or what time he works. So I don't want to bother him while he's sleeping. But I do like to talk to him. He's really interested too. I'm gonna try to see if I can't send Aaron a message and get him on one night and everything. I want to get Scott on here. I couldn't remember. Yeah, he came on once before. I think it was about 2 hours that night. There's a lot of people getting into the paranormal field. They're starting that they think they have to go out and buy this big equipment that if they don't like the paranormal, Mr. Fedor, yet he ain't never got to be on my show yet. So every time I ask him, he's either working or something like that, and I don't know when he's works, when he sleeps, and stuff like that. And but I've met Mr. Fedor in person. Actually investigated with him in person. That was so much awesome fun that he is really cool. Him and his wife both. Me and my cousin Shasta investigated with him. We sat down on that picnic table there at the battleship, and well, not picnic table, but that table there in the dining area, and we sat there for probably almost 2.5 hours, 3 hours on them little hard metal benches and sitting there investigating and stuff like that with that spirit box stuff he had, that SB11 or something like that. So that was really interesting that night. But yeah, Scott, he's the only one that I ain't got on my show yet. I had Matt on here plenty of times, PDX. Patty from the G Team's been on my show. Brian John Laverty, Brian James. I get a kick out of his intro on his yes. Yeah, I like his. Really, really interesting. I got to meet one of his team members at the battleship too when they call Leefoot. Funny as ball bat. I mean, crazy as all get out. He was taking a walk down through the battleship that day. His outro at the end. Yeah, he got pretty good stuff going on. That Leefoot guy, he came, and the battleship, is real small, and this guy, he's out there. You can't hardly get through some of them doors. I couldn't hardly get through some of them little holes that you got to go down into. He got over at them steps, and we went down that hole. He said, "No, I'm staying up here." I got so tickled at him. It was so funny. So he didn't take the tour with us. He said he wouldn't be able to hold out at it. Climbing up, down in little bitty ladders and stuff. That was so funny. But I appreciate y'all coming in. Thank you, Vicky, for hanging out with me. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank y'all, Julie. If you still here, I appreciate you for coming in. You too, Jamie. My buddy Baker, I'm always glad to see him. Ted, glad to see you, buddy. Appreciate you a lot. You too, Danielle. The Patrol Paranormal, like it. So you say it. Nora, Stock Explorer. Nancy, Our Treasure Homes. Pair Solo. Appreciate each and every one of you. Michelle's Happy Homestead. I mean, I appreciate each and every one of y'all coming in. It sure does tickle me to see everybody here. We appreciate you, Jonathan. We get you on the next one. I appreciate it. Mr. Rogers, I appreciate you a lot, buddy. I see you a lot in my channels and everything. And Mr. Luke here said he likes to see everybody too, didn't he? Bye-bye, y'all. Y'all, I'm going to get on out of here. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all a lot. Like I said, I do really appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all are so cool. Sean didn't come in tonight. Hope he's all right. Yeah, I seen him do a video today, a little short video. He had a bee sting on his eyelid, and his eyelid was, I mean, his eye was shut, just about shut on this side, and his other eye was open. I don't know if it was yesterday or Friday. He said he done it at work. I don't know if he works on weekends or not there, but yeah, he don't normally miss my shows, but there's got to be something other going on. He misses because he normally in here by now. Same as Myers Paranormal. I didn't see them in here, Steve and them. They might be doing something other than night. What? And now my eyes are watering. Yeah, he done a video on his like a little short about it. That'd be crazy. I know my cousin one time got stung by one of them big, long, and what we call Japanese hornets. He got stung in the head right there around his eye, and his whole eye swelled up. And that next day, we had school pictures. They wouldn't let him do a retake, so he had to take a picture with his eye all pumped out there. And he ran across the porch one time at the house and jumped off the edge of it, landed right on a Japanese hornet, stung his foot, and he couldn't walk. It swelled his whole foot up. He didn't have no good luck with them things. Oh, I gotta get in bed, y'all. I was up at 4:30 this morning, and if I stay up to 4:30 now, that'd be full 24 hours of no sleep. And boy, I will be tired as a you know what. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. I see y'all. I will see y'all on the next one. I hope to go live tomorrow on location. Me and my dad. I don't know yet where we'll be going, but I will try to put out a notification on YouTube when I figure out what time we're gonna be doing something other. See y'all later. Everybody have a blessed night. You too, Vicky. Everybody, see y'all later.